Welcome, GC365. We are in the home stretch.
Yep.
December 4th. We are in the last month of the year. Christmas is right around the corner, 3 weeks away. Can you believe that?
I just realized that it's almost Christmas.
It's almost Christmas, 3 weeks away. Hopefully, the shopping shortage has not stopped you from buying rando stuff for your kids and for your loved ones. But today, we are finishing out at least my part of GC365 with Daniel. And it is some interesting stuff, right?
I think it's really good stuff.
Well, normally you think Daniel, Lion's Den, right?
Yeah.
And that's what you think of. But we forget that Daniel was actually a prophet.
Yes.
And God sent this prophet to prophesy, which means to tell the truth.
Yeah.
And here he is now, and he is going to be laying down some thick stuff, like really, really thick stuff, right? Like he starts with, the king's going to be disobedient, and then he goes into the end of the world.
Yeah, that's pretty rough.
It was really rough. And not only that, I'm like, where did that come from? This was Daniel, follow God, serve only God, don't compromise, be strong. Oh yeah, the end world is going to end. And when it does, this is what it's going to look like.
And that's it. It's done.
I know, it's pretty crazy. And what I found interesting was that it's eerily similar to how Jesus, I shouldn't say eerily because it's God's words, but it's similar to Ezekiel, Jeremiah, Jesus, all of these people, Paul, and they wrote very similar things, even though they probably didn't have access to each other's writings at the time. So it was just really cool, I thought. But it got me thinking, if, let's say I prophesied, Ruben, the world is ending. Here's what's happening. Oil prices have gone up. Cell phones are giving you cancer because they're 5G.
And they're expensive.
They're expensive.
Way too expensive.
They're like $1,800 now.
I need to get a loan for that, but anyway.
And I just start throwing all this stuff out here. There's whales that they're swimming in circles. The moon is 4% bigger than it was. The world is ending. But we have 3 months left.
Okay.
What would you do? What would be your bucket list thing?
Ooh, that's a good one.
In the next 3 months.
I think I have 3 things that I want to do.
Okay.
One, I need to do a GC365 with you.
You did it. We're done.
No, actually, that's on your bucket list. But anyways.
Mic drop. We're done.
We're done. We're good.
I can't drop this mic because it's bolted in.
No,
but mic drop.
It's a tough one because there's so many things that I want to do. But when I hear like a bucket list, something fun, exciting, and good.
Yeah.
And if you know me, I love sports. I love baseball. So one of my goals is to go to all 30 stadiums. So if I only had 3 months left, would I actually go to all?
It's the off season too, though. Does that matter? You just want to see them, or do you want to actually sit in a game?
I have a little book where you get a stamp.
All right, let's say it's a year. We have 1 year. So next baseball off season, would you rather go to a live game or just want to see the stadium and be like, oh, there's Camden Yards?
I just want to go to all 30 stadiums to check it. I mean, I prefer to watch a game. I've gone to 17 already. So just to finish it, to wrap it up, I would like to do that. And I want to do also the 50 states. And I gone to 35. So I only have 15 more.
Okay.
But they're kind of like all divided in different places.
Yeah,
so.
You can hit like 12 of them all in like 2 hours if you go to the East. They're all
already.
Yeah, you can walk to each state. Well, you can't really, but it's fun stuff. All right, so states and stadiums.
Stadiums, and that's it.
Okay, and you did your third already, so you're set. Jesus, you can come back now because he's done the GC365.
No, give me a few more minutes and then.
That's right. After next baseball season, he'll have done this.
Then I'm good. Yeah.
No, I got you. I'm not far behind you. Like the baseball thing, I've always thought would be really cool too, to do it all in one summer.
That's
like
a lot
road
of games.
trip.
That's
you don't have to go to every game, but at least see every stadium where you start like in an RV. And you just go from, Washington, you go all the way down to the south, you come back around. So for me, that was always something that I thought would be really cool. I've done the skydiving thing. I've done the bungee jumping, the rappelling, all that fun stuff. So I've stabbed a fish underwater, which was on my bucket list. And I did that in Hawaii. It was really cool. Spearfishing is a lot of fun. So, but the baseball thing, it's a pretty big one.
I think it'll be cool though.
And I've actually never been to a pro football game yet. So I think I need to put that on my list. That's the only pro sport I've not been to.
I only gone to one, Seahawks.
Yeah, but then you still got one up on me.
Yeah, true.
I've never been to one. So if you're watching out there and you ever want to take someone who's never done it, it's my bucket list. Come take me.
And if the Seahawks ever make it to the Super Bowl, that's the perfect person to take.
Yes, they are.
If they ever make it.
If they again. But anyhow, we're digressing. We're talking about sports. So here we are. That's our bucket list. So that's what Daniel's essentially doing is he's saying, you guys, I'm giving you a warning. Here's your time. Here's your moment. I need you guys to figure out that you serve God, which means you need to serve God. So he is warning them in this moment. It's coming. Get back to work. And I love that. And I think about that. And I think about how Jesus said those kinds of things too. Like, you're not going to know when it's going to come. So be ready. Then you fast forward that to the New Testament reading, and all of a sudden it's false teachers.
Yeah.
You go from the prophet to all of a sudden false teachers. So not only do you have to be ready, but you have to be listening to the right people.
And it's tough to know if that's the right person or the right people, you know?
I know. That's what I'm saying. How do you do that? Well, there's a D word that God uses all the time, discernment, right? And you are supposed to discern what God is trying to tell you, and that's part of it. Well, I thought, over the years, I've had some really bad advice from people.
Yep.
And I'm sure you have as well too. And I wanted to share real quick a bad advice that was given to me right when I was getting married. Someone told me, you should keep your stuff separate from your wife's. You need to have your space. You need to have her space. You guys are going to be much happier. In fact, I mean, like you maybe even talk about separate beds, all this kind of stuff. And I always thought that was odd that someone would say that, because marriage is two becoming one, right? It's not two becoming one with separate storage units.
Different rooms, different.
Yeah, exactly. So it never made sense to me. And I didn't abide by those things. I always thought I could recognize that it was bad advice, discernment. But did you have any bad advice that you were ever given?
Probably, I would say like maybe don't get married. That was bad advice because obviously, growing up in California, hanging out with a lot of my buddies, it was fun. And it's like, once you get married, that's it.
The fun ends, everyone.
No more.
There's no more fun in marriage. That's not true either.
It's not, because it's different. Did I have to change a little bit? And actually, like you said, 2 in 1, yeah. But that was bad advice to listen to people to tell me like, that's it, don't get married, because it is one of the happiest things. There's struggles, obviously, like any marriage,
for sure.
But it's great. And then probably the second thing that somebody told me, be your kid's best friend, no matter what. Because I'm like, all right, I could be like their buddy. We're really good friends. Oh, that doesn't work.
No.
Not at all.
Not when you have to actually parent, right?
Nope. Yeah, because then they're like, what happened? I thought we were friends. Not really. I'm like, your dad, and
yeah, we're timing out on the friend thing for now, and I'm gonna be your parent, so you're grounded.
Yep.
But can we hang out after? Yeah, that's fun stuff.
But when he gets grounded and we're buddy, then I also get grounded. So that's not always fun.
That's true.
That has happened to me.
Games. Oh man, I can't play either.
What about me? You too.
Both of you guys, exactly. You're just a big kid, right? Yep. And I thought about that. The whole false prophets and listening to the wrong stuff. And it just reminded me how valuable it is to have people in your life that will speak truth, that will be honest, that will be vulnerable and authentic. And it's such a big deal to have those kinds of people in your life. They're not perfect, right? No. They're going to give you bad advice, like keep your stuff separate from your wife or be your kid's best friend or whatever it is. But that's just a grain of salt, because again, we're not perfect. You're not perfect. I'm not perfect. I've said dumb stuff all the time, right? You just you say stuff and your wife goes, "Oh, that's kind of mean." You're like, "Oh, I didn't mean it that way," and then you're trying to pull it back, and it's too late, right?
Too late.
You done messed up. So we get that. You understand that, and we have pushed our children down inadvertently, right? Spiritually, mentally, physically, and we don't mean to do that. But at the end of the day, I have people in my life. You have people in your life that will speak truth, that will be authentic, that will be vulnerable, that will love you. And those are the people that you should be diving into, letting fill your cup. And part of that too is, are they in line with what you believe as well too? That's a big one for me. My Christian brothers and sisters that fill me, oh my goodness, they fill me so well. And I value and treasure those relationships. And I'm sure you do the same as well too. Yeah. And so we want to encourage you as we kind of sign off, as we're tuning out here right now. We're closing out day 4. Or day 338, technically, December 4th. As we're closing this out, I just want to encourage you guys, who are you listening to? Who has your ear? And who are you letting fill your cup? We'll see you guys next time. Pastor James, Pastor Ruben, peace out.
See you guys.